You know that feeling when you are sitting in LA traffic on the 405, surrounded by 10 lanes of cars, and you can see the skyline glittering in the smog ahead? There is this assumption we all make, that Los Angeles has always been this sprawling, sun-drenched megalopolis. Born big, born loud, born Hollywood. But here is what is remarkable. 250 years ago, there were exactly 44 people here. 44. While you might think Los Angeles was destined for greatness, there is a chance it became the second largest city in America almost entirely by accident. Through oil oranges, a railroad price war, and the most aggressive real estate hustle in American history. This is how a dusty cattle ranch became home to 10 million people. Before any of this, the Los Angeles basin belonged to the Tongva people for at least 8,000 years. The LA River, yes, that concrete ditch, was a year-round freshwater source, flowing through oak groves and marshland. The Tongva built over 50 villages across the region. Roughly 5,000 people lived exactly where Los Angeles Airport, Dodger Stadium, and Beverly Hills sit today. Think about that the next time you are watching a Dodgers game. Then in 1769, the Spanish soldiers and Franciscan missionaries marched north from Baja California. The mission system that followed didn't just colonize the land, it effectively enslaved the Tongva, forcing them into labor and exposing them to diseases that wiped out 90% of their population within 50 years. That is the foundation Los Angeles was actually built on. In 1781, the Spanish governor of California officially founded El Pueblo de la Reina de los Angeles. The founding settlers weren't Spanish aristocrats. They were 44 mestizo and African settlers recruited from Sonora, Mexico. Most of them poor. The original Pueblo was essentially a farming outpost, growing corn and raising cattle to feed the missions. Population by 1820, still under 650 people. When Mexico won independence from Spain in 1821, LA became a Mexican territory, and for the next 25 years, it was still basically a ranching backwater. Then in 1848, the Mexican-American War ended. The US paid Mexico $15 million for California. California joined the Union in 1850, and suddenly, this sleepy ranch town was an American city whether it was ready or not. Here is what they don't tell you, Los Angeles almost didn't make it. In 1870, the population was just 5,700 people. San Francisco was already at 150,000. Los Angeles was a footnote. But then came the railroads. In 1876, the Southern Pacific connected LA to the National Rail Network. And in 1887, the Santa Fe Railroad arrived, and the two companies started a price war so aggressive that a train ticket from Kansas City to Los Angeles dropped to just $1. $1, people came by the thousands. Land speculators followed. Between 1880 and 90, Los Angeles grew from 11,000 to 50,000 people. Developers sold Orange Grove lots with the promise of sunshine and health. They weren't wrong, and they weren't entirely honest either. By 1900, LA had a problem. It was running out of water. The city was a semi-desert, and no one had really dealt with that. Enter William Mulholland, the self-taught engineer who built a 233-mile aqueduct from the Owens Valley, draining an entire farming community's water supply to feed Los Angeles' growth. The Owens Valley farmers were furious. Mulholland called it progress. The courts sided with LA. The city exploded. Then oil was discovered, first in the 1890s, massively by the 1920s. By 1923, Los Angeles County was producing a quarter of the world's oil supply, and almost simultaneously, a bunch of independent film producers, fleeing Thomas Edison's patent lawsuits, relocated from New Jersey to a small suburb with good weather and cheap land. They called it Hollywood. After World War II, returning soldiers and their families flooded Southern California. The aerospace industry boomed, and LA made a decision that would define it forever. Instead of building upward like New York or Chicago, it built outward. Freeways, suburbs, sprawl. By 1960, population hit 2.5 million. By 1990, the metro area crossed 10 million. Today, Greater LA is home to nearly 13 million people with a GDP larger than most countries. From 44 settlers in a dusty pueblo to 10 million people in one of the most powerful economic regions on Earth. From a cattle ranch with no water to the entertainment capital of the world. From a footnote in California history to the city everyone either wants to move to or can't afford to leave. But here is what makes Los Angeles' evolution truly remarkable. It was never supposed to work. No natural harbor, no river worth the name, no water, almost no rainfall. Every single advantage Los Angeles has today was manufactured, imported, engineered, marketed, and hustled into existence. The water came from somewhere else. The movies came from New Jersey. The people came because someone printed a brochure about oranges and sunshine. That chaos you feel when you are stuck on the 405, surrounded by people from 140 different countries, all with somewhere to be. That is not gridlock. That is Los Angeles. So what city should we trace next? Las Vegas, Chicago, Dubai? Drop it in the comments. And if you want more stories about how the world became what it is, hit subscribe. New timeline every week. See you in the next one.